Rich People Problems by Kevin Kwan. Read for you by Katrina Macinas. Betina Ortiz Imenia was not accustomed to waiting. A former Miss Venezuela and Miss Universe runner-up, of course. The exceedingly blonde Strawberry Blonde was these days the wife of Miami Auto Parts tycoon Herman Ortiz Imenia. And at every restaurant she chose to grace with her presence, she was always greeted with reverence and whisked to the exact table she desired. Today, she wanted the corner table on the terrace at Sip Sip, her favorite lunch spot on Harbor Island. She wanted to sit on one of the comfy orange canvas director's chair and stare out at the gently lapping turquoise water while eating her kale Caesar salad. But there was a large noisy group taking up the entire terrace and they didn't seem in much hurry to leave. Betina fumed as she glared at the tourists happily savoring their lunch in the sun. Look how tacky they were. The women overly tanned, wrinkled and saggy, none of them properly lifted or botoxed. Felt like walking up to their table and handing out her dermatologist's business card. And the men were even worse, all dressed in all rumpled shirts and shorts, wearing those cheap straw hats sold at the trinket shop on Dunmore Street. Why did such people have to come here? The 3.5-mile long paradise with its pristine pink sand beaches was one of the best kept secrets in the Caribbean. Heaven for the very rich filled with quaint little woods, houses painted in shades of sherbet, charming boutiques, chic oceanfront mansions turned into inns, and five-star restaurants to rival St. Bart's. Tourists should have to take a style exam before being allowed to set foot in the island. Feeling that she had been patient long enough, Tina stormed into the kitchen, the fringe on her crocheted poche kaftan top shaking furiously as she made a beeline for the woman with a shock of cut blonde hair manning the main stove. Julie, honey, what's the dealio? I've waited more than 15 minutes for my table. Tina sighed to the owner of the restaurant. Sorry, Betina, it's been one of those days. The party of 12 on the terrace showed out first just before you did. Julie replied as she handed off a bowl of spicy conch chili to waiting server. But the terrace is your prime spot. Why on earth did you let those tourists take up all this space? The tourist in the red fishing cap is a Duke of Glencora. This party just boated over from Windermere. That's his royal horseman you see moored off the coast. Isn't it the most handsome sailboat you ever seen? I'm not impressed by big boats. Gina huffed, although secretly, she was rather impressed by people with big title. From the kitchen window, she surveyed the party assembled on the terrace with new eyes. These aristo-British types wear such a strange beard. They had their Savile Row suits and their heirlooms tiaras. But when they traveled, they looked so painfully frumpy. It was only then that Betina noticed three tan, well-built man in fitted white t-shirt and black Kevlar pants sitting at the adjacent table. Eyes weren't eating but sat watchfully, sipping glasses of seltzer water. Assume that's the Duke's security detail. They could not be more obvious. Don't they know that we are all billionaires here in Brilliant? And this isn't how we roll. Tina totted. Actually, those bodyguards belong to the Duke's special guests. They did a whole suite of the restaurant before the party arrived. They even searched my walk-in freezer. See that Chinese fellow seated at the end of the table? Tina squinted through her DRX sunglasses at the portly, balding, 70-something Asian man dressed in nondescript white short-sleeved golf shirt and gray trousers. Oh, I didn't even notice him. Am I supposed to know who he is? That's Alfred Chung, Julie said in hushed tones. Betina giggled. He looks like their chauffeur. Doesn't he look like the guy that used to drive Jane Wayman around in Falcon Crest? Julie, who was trying to focus on searing a cut of tuna to perfection, shook her head a tight-lipped smile. From what I hear, that chauffeur is the most powerful man in Asia. What's his name again?